Param Vijayate Shri Kṛṣṇa Sankirtanam, total world victory of Hare Kṛṣṇa. Today it is me, Isabela, doing the class. It is Isabela Thursday. There's Isabela Monday, Isabela Tuesday, Isabela Thursday. It's like a billion Isabela days. Yeah. Hehe. Wow, I have 3 days a week, which probably isn't like, ethical. Yeah, today we are doing Bhagavad-gita chapter 3, verse 15. Bhagavad-gita As It Is. Yeah. Okay. Oh my god. Brahmodbhavam viddhi brahmākṣara-samudbhavam tasmāt sarva-gataṁ brahma nityam yajñe pratiṣṭhitam. Karma, work, Brahma, Vedas, udbhavam, produced from, viddhi, one should know, Brahma, the Vedas, akṣara, the Supreme Brahman, personality of Godhead, samudbhavam, directly manifested, tasmāt, therefore, sarva-gatam, all-pervading, Brahma, Transcendence, nityam, eternally, yajñe, in sacrifice, pratiṣṭhitam, situated. Translation. Regulated activities are prescribed in the Vedas, and the Vedas are directly manifested from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, the all-pervading transcendence is eternally situated in acts of sacrifice. Purport. Yajñārtha karma, or the necessity of work for the satisfaction of Kṛṣṇa only, is more expressly stated in this verse. If we have to work for the satisfaction of the yajña-puruṣa, Viṣṇu, then we must find out the direction of work in Brahman or the transcendental Vedas. The Vedas are therefore codes of working directions. Anything performed without the direction of the Vedas is called vikarma, or an unauthorized or sinful work. Therefore, one should always take direction from the Vedas to be saved from the reaction of work. As one has to work in ordinary life by the direction of the state, similarly, one has to work under direction of the supreme state of the Lord. Such directions in the Vedas are directly manifested from the breathing of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is said, Asya mahato buddhasya nasvasitam etadyad ṛg-vedo yajur-veda sāma-vedo tarvangirasa. The 4 Vedas are namely the Ṛg-veda, Yajur-veda, Sāma-veda and Atharva-veda, are all emanations from the breathing of the great personality of Godhead. The Lord, being omnipotent, can speak by breathing air, as it is confirmed in the Brahma-saṁhitā. For the Lord has the omnipotence to perform through each of his senses the actions of all other senses. In other words, the Lord can speak through his breathing. He can impregnate by his eyes. In fact, it is said that he glanced over material nature and thus fathered all living entities. After creating or impregnating the conditioned souls into the womb of material nature, he gave his directions in the Vedic wisdom and to how such conditioned souls can return home, back to Godhead. We should always remember that conditioned soul and material nature are all eager for material enjoyment, but the Vedic directions are so made that one can satisfy his one perverted desires, then return to Godhead after having finished his so-called enjoyment. It is a chance for the But the Vedas directions are so made that one can satisfy one's perverted desires, then return to Godhead, having finished his so-called enjoyment. It is a chance for the conditioned souls to attain liberation. Therefore, the conditioned souls must try to follow the process of yajña by becoming Kṛṣṇa conscious. Even those who cannot follow the Vedic injunctions must adopt the principles of Kṛṣṇa consciousness, and that will take the place of Vedic yajñas or karmas. What's the difference? Changes. Yajñārtha karma has been to change to Yajñārtha -karma. Not clear why. Instead of Ordinary life by the direction of the state. Similarly, one has to work under the direction of the supreme state. It has been changed to ordinary life by the direction of the state. One similarly has to work under the direction of the supreme state of the Lord. So it has been, so the one and the similarly have just been like swapped around. Similarly one and one similarly, it sounds kind of similar. And I think the meanings are similar. I'm not sure. Similar, similarly, too many similarities going on. Yo, what the hell are you side-eyeing me for? Sorry, we have a live audience member side-eyeing me. Okay, I see why, but you know. Nishvashitam has been changed to Nishvashitam. Nasvasitam has been changed to Nisvasitam. Sāma-vedo has been, a hyphen has been added, and Tarvan-girasa has been merged into one word. Woo! In the original, right, so that's another change. Let's actually check why these were changed. It's like really need change explanations. Like we're on 15, right? Yep. But I'm also new to. Okay. Right. So all the Vedas were previously lowercase and had hyphens in between. Now they're all uppercase and have no hyphen in between, and instead just a space is replacing that. There is no explanation why. Very sad, very annoying, I guess. And in the new one, the second edition, they added the reference Brihad Upanishad, Canto 4, Chapter 5, Verse 11. Okay. So those are the first bit of changes. There's one change, and then there's like actually explanation for the changes after that. Instead of can speak by breathing air as it is confirmed in the Brahma-saṁhitā, it has been changed to can speak by breathing air for as it is confirmed in the Brahma-saṁhitā. Wait a second, give me a sec. You're just gonna see me doing. Okay. So sorry, that change was just looking a little bit suspicious, so I had to go check it out because why not? Yeah. So that's another change. Right, I'm struggling here. Okay, so the first one definitely makes more sense to me. It's like the Lord being omnipotent can speak by breathing air, as it is confirmed by the Brahma-saṁhitā. For the Lord has the omnipotence to perform through each of his senses the actions of all other senses. But in the second edition, it is the Lord being omnipotent can speak by breathing air, for as it is confirmed in the Brahma-saṁhitā, the Lord has the okay, it makes sense. Sorry, I just had to read that out loud again. Yep, they both make sense. They seem to say the exact same thing. Probably not. I'm probably going over this like completely differently, and it's like, actually, no, there is a secret meaning behind it. But they just swapped where the 4 was. So, well, as it is confirmed, yeah. Wait a second. I'm going to do a little Google here. Little Google. I'm going to go say hi to Auntie Google. Why is what's the word? Preposition and conjunction. Okay. That's all I got from that. That Auntie Google didn't really give me the answers that I wanted. What's this? Cool. To me, it sounds the exact same. To you, it may not. That is okay. Comment down below and be like, yo, that doesn't make sense to me. Here's why. Can you please review it again? And yeah, and I will do that. I will happily, next class, I will pull up the comments and be like, yeah, this was one of the changes. And it made sense to me. It didn't make sense to one of you. And that is completely okay. And I'm going to now address that and be like, okay, your way of thinking, it does make sense. Or I could be like, I'm still with my, original thing. So, yeah. All right, these things are just really confusing to me. For the Lord is the only one. Each of his senses, the actions of all other senses, more. Okay, so the only reason those words were deleted, but then they were added back again, just in a different. So as you can tell, over here, wait, where's the mouse? Where's the mouse at? Over here, all those words, the Lord senses, Lord by material after they're all in the beginning of the thing, but over here, they're all at the end. It is exactly the same. It's just because they added this, it has been the formatting has been changed around, but it's actually exactly the same. So, yeah. So those aren't really grammatical changes or philosophical changes. Those are more of just we're going to shift things around. Not actually swap words or add new ones or delete some. It's the exact same. Even those who cannot follow the Vedic injunctions may adopt the principles of Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Even those who cannot follow the Vedic injunctions may adopt the principles of Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Even those who have not followed the Vedic injunctions may adopt the principles of Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Let's see why they. Do we have an explanation? Those who have not followed the Vedic injunction have not followed. Let's go check. Even those who have not followed the Vedic injunction may have the principles of Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Okay, so yes, they did take it to the closer. Oh, yes, they did take it closer to the original manuscript with this last change, as seen. Yeah. But they didn't really have the authority to do that. Sorry, mate. You didn't. Prabhupada authorized the Macmillan one, and then you guys are just no, we're going to take it close to the manuscript, which Prabhupada was actually trying to change into the Macmillan one. So it's what are you doing? I mean, go back to the real beginning, I guess, but you shouldn't have. Kind of weird. It's why go through all that extra effort just to do something that wasn't authorized, to make it make more sense? I see kind of what you mean, but you're Bhagavad-gita As It Is. You use the exact same name. You could have done Bhagavad-gita As It Is, an altered version or something. Not actually just put it and be it is the original Bhagavad-gita As It Is. It's just kind of, altered. And second edition, I guess the second edition would have worked kind of, but no. And then start mass producing the second edition and being we're going to produce this for every single person because why not? That's the only one they're going to have. And then they're going to not many people can be even bothered to go back and look at the original. And it's you should be bothered because there's actually quite a bit of, in the original, there are some things that are said differently that actually kind of matter. You may be thinking, it's the same thing, sort of, I don't really care. These changes, they don't really matter, surely. Some of them do. Some of the changes they were changed just because of personal preference. There's a little quote somewhere. I can't remember on what verse it is, but Siddhapati sent a little photo, a screenshot of it, and he was yo, what the hell? what is this? And then it's Jay Advaita Swami said, I think this makes more sense. he literally said, like, I can't quote it exactly, and I don't want to quote it exactly to like, because I don't want to say something fake and then someone's like, oh my god, he did that, and it's like, no, he actually didn't. Isabela didn't remember it correctly and said something completely different, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna do that now. Yeah, so that's the changes done. Now it is, sorry, Prabhupada going for a walk in the park. Very nice. That is a very nice photo. Nice photo. I don't like this purple. Well, I do. No, it's not that I don't like it. It's just I can't understand this purple because at the end, it's like, but the Vedic directions have made it so. But the Vedic directions have made it so that one can satisfy one's perverted desires, then return to Godhead. So you can do whatever you want, and then you can still go back to Godhead. It's like sacrifices and stuff. By sacrifices. Oh! Okay. You can go to Godhead, but you can't get self-realization or something. Yes, no? I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. This one is like confusing me, and like no matter how many times I read it over, we could be sitting here for like an hour. I will still be like, what is going on here? You know? So ask someone else. Figure it out yourself, bro. Or don't. That's up to you. But what I'm getting from this is I'm just going to do it off the translation because the purport is just confusing me right now. So let's just go off the translation because if I get into the purport, we will be sitting here for an hour and I have to do dishes. So, well. Regulated activities are prescribed in the Vedas, and the Vedas are directly manifested from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, all the pervading transcendence is eternally. Let's look up the word transcendence. You can't see it on your screen, so that's kind of sad. But transcendence, or also transcendency, existence or experience beyond the normal or physical level. Okay, so like superiority, supremacy, predominance, preeminence, ascendancy. Let's go. Incomparability, matchlessness, peerlessness, excellence, greatness, magnificence, sublimity, importance, rare, paramountcy. Paramount. Yeah. So that is like the Vedas come from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He breathed, the Vedas were wrote. You know, whoa, that's good. And like somebody heard and was like, oh, this book actually making kind of a bit of sense here. So he helped us out in that way. And so consequently, sorry, I'm actually going to research another word. Consequently, all the spread of greatness is eternally situated in acts of sacrifice. So by spreading Krishna's name, it is the act of sacrifice. What? Okay, the translation is confusing me now. Sacrifice is good. It is great. And the sacrifice from the Vedas is good, it's great. But the best sacrifice or yajña is Sankirtan yajña, because even in the age of Kali we can perform it, and like you don't want to like go off and do like a huge sacrifice and be like, wow, we're gonna offer a cow, and it's like, do you actually have the qualifications to do that? I think not. No offense to anyone out there. It's like, okay, that's not going to be good for you, because then the cow like just dies. It ends up just dying, and then with like all the pain and stuff, and then like a new fresh cow is not brought out into the world, and like the cow doesn't come out with like a younger skin or something like it used to happen like way back. So it's kind of like, oh well, mate, looks like you kind of did something wrong there. Yeah. So don't go off and just do complex yajñas without like qualifications and stuff, like actual qualifications. Like you have to be real qualified to do that. So I'm not sure if there's anybody like that on this planet currently. I'm not 100% sure on it. Doesn't it somewhere it says like in the age of Kali Yuga, no one is like able to perform such sacrifices or something. Can't remember where. Heard it once. Could have mixed up the words again. Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna. Oh no, I still have more to do. Okay, I was like, I think I'm gonna go now, but no, I can't. These classes are nice, you know, that it makes you understand things, except for these, which these type of verses, I'm just like, oh, I can't do this. Like, this looks hard, this looks annoying. And it's like, well, I don't understand it. Well, fun. I'm better at the simple ones that everybody could understand. And if you don't understand it, well, you know, that's okay. So, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing something. Yeah. All right, let's go on to contemporary application. How do you make a contemporary application out of the Supreme Lord breathing and basically making the Vedas? When you breathe out, you release germs, and the germs can be dangerous to other people and take over the world. That is my contemporary application, guys. Have fun with that. Let's move on to te reo before I explode. 3:15. Is this 3:14 here? Oh, okay. Still got to send in 3:15. Let's see what ChatGPT is doing now. Okay. So, in te reo Māori, it might be translated as ko ngā mahi wakarite e waka Ko ngā mahi wakarite e wakatakotoria ana I roto I ngā Veda, ka puta tō tika ngā Veda mai I te wakaharahara nui o te atua. Nā, ko te ao rereki e takatu ana mō ake tonu atu I roto I ngā mahi wakahonore. Now, let's put that into a completely different thing and then see if it actually translates back to it, because Miss ChatGPT over here has been doing some suspicious things. It's like, oh, yep, this is the translation, and then you like translate it, put it in. Okay, let's take a photo of that. Okay, there we are. Because Miss ChatGPT over here has been like, oh, yep, this is the translation, and then you like put it back in, and it's like, oh, this is the translation, and it's like completely different. It's like, Miss, what are you doing, Miss Gal? Okay, so let's read this out and actually check that it's real. Well, okay. Oh, where's my... No. Oh, gotta go. Prescribed duties. Describe a later on the Vedas. The Vedas directly emerge from the great divine God, thus the perpetual world, thus the all-pervading transcendence is eternally established, the honor of the church. Okay, so the all-pervading transcendence doesn't really match up with the perpetual world. So that's really confusing. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of changes in there. So I'm just thinking, okay, let's just do this. The te reo Māori to English word-by-word translation is as follows. Ko, particle used to specify or identify something. Ngā, the, plural, mahi, work, duties. Wakarite, regulated, arrange. Verb initiator. Wakatakotoria, a lay down, prescribe. Ana, continuous tense marker. I, in, roto, inside. I, in, ngā, the, plural. Veda, Veda, the name. A, and. Ka, will, future tense marker. Puta, come forth, emerge. Totika, directly, straight. Ngā, the, plural. Veda, Veda, the name. Mai, from. I, from. Te, the, singular. Wakaharahara, supreme. Nui, personality. Or of. Te, the, singular. Atua, Godhead. Na, thus, therefore. Ko, particle used to specify or identify something. Te, the, singular. Au, world, universe. Rereki, transcendence, difference. Verb initiator. Takatu, situated, stand ready. Ana, continuous tense marker. Mo, for. Ake, always. Tonu, continuously. Atu, onwards. I, in. Roto, inside. I, in. Ngā, the, plural. Mahi, work, duties. Waka, honore, sacrifice. Okay. I got through that. So when you put it back in, it's like says something kind of different. Like this bit is fine, and this bit from now on is fine. Well, the E is included in that, but the perpetual world doesn't really make sense with, all-pervading transcendence. Let's ask Auntie Google. Perpetual world. No, I don't want to buy a watch. Perpetual world death. Lasting or eternal, permanent, perpetual world. Pervading greatness. Perpetual world. Alright, so the all-pervading and the perpetual, same thing. But the transcendence and the world, very different. It's like transcendence, the greatness, the amazingness. But the world is like, is that Earth or is that like a bigger picture? It's like kind of confusing. So I think whichever word in here is transcendence. Sorry, it may take me a while. World, universe. Oh. Transcendence. Where's transcendence? I ain't seeing transcendence here. Already. World. Ours world. World. So it probably confused itself. We could try checking Māori dictionary. How about we do that, guys? Let's do a little bit of searching now. What's it called? Māori dictionary. Māori. What would I have to search? Transcendence. No. Okay, guys. Nice to know how you guys feel about me translating stuff. All right. That should hopefully. Dawn, bright, world, globe, global, earth, daytime, cloud, scoop up with both hands, bark, Aotepo, Pote'ao. Physical world. Oh, okay. Following day. Universe? No. Oh, press universe. Okay. So. No. Okay. I've done something now. Okay. So that just doesn't make sense. I cannot find out which word means transcendence or world. I know our means world, but like, why would it translate that as transcendence? Probably context, but why? Oh, sorry. There's just a resistance band over there that I always end up like being like, oh, there's a resistance band over there. yeah, so Haribo, I will be leaving you guys. No, I gotta. Hi, Mom. Alright, I gotta read all the translations, and then I will first read in English, then Tereo, then the Veda, the Sanskrit. Okay. Regulated activities are prescribed in the Vedas, and the Vedas are directly manifested from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, the all-pervading transcendence is eternally situated in acts of sacrifice. And Tereo, it might be translated as Ko ngā mahi wakarite e wakatākotoria ana I roto I ngā Veda a ka puta tōtika nā Veda mai I te... Oh, that was bad translated. Ngā Veda mai I te wakaharahara nui o te atua. Nā ko te ao rereki e takatu ana mo ake tonu atu I roto I ngā mahi wakahonore. And in Sanskrit, it is karma brahmodbhavam viddhi brahmākṣara-samudbhavam tasmāt sarva-gataṁ brahma nityam yajñe pratiṣṭhitam. Right, guys, I will be leaving you for now. Have a great morning. If you can't tell already, I'm actually really, really tired. I'm like really tired. So that's why I didn't like put much energy into this class. I apologize for that. Next time I will try better. I will make sure to, live. Yeah. Alright. Param Vijayate, Shri Krishna Sankirtanam, total word victory of Hare Krishna. I hope you have an amazing, wonderful, glorious morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And I will see you guys on Monday. Hari Bol.